Bragger Boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. Welcome to another edition of Just My Opinion podcast. Uh, I know. I've been slacking on the videos, and the live streams, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's really not that much to even talk about or even discuss. So I just said to myself, it's better off. I'd rather be on live or make a video on something that's relevant than just coming up with these generic topics. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, family, as well as a follower. Let's get this channel lit in the YouTube algorithm. Got all that stuff out of the way. So let's just talk about a couple of quick things that happened in the world of the NBA. Might talk a little bit about the NFL. The only topics I really talk about the NFL is the Dallas Cowboys. You guys are well aware of. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, so we'll talk about when the Cowboys played the Packers and what I thought about it. We're gonna talk about all that stuff. Okay, so let's start it off with Jonathan Kuminga agreed in principle with the Warriors. He signed a 2-year, I believe it's an extension, a 2-year extension with the Warriors. Chances are this is a 1-year deal that will give the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga plenty of time to trade Jonathan to another team. Now, word around the campfire is they was trying to get him traded to the Phoenix Suns. Things happened along the way, and they couldn't complete that agreement. So for now, Jonathan Kuminga is with the Warriors. Now, Steve Kerr is talking about the preparations now going to have to be made to keep Jonathan Kuminga, because I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr and the players and the organization of the Warriors was expecting Jonathan Kuminga on another team, another roster, another organization has to worry about Jonathan Kuminga. But nevertheless, they have to deal with Jonathan Kuminga temporarily. I feel like for this year, I'm estimating Jonathan Kuminga is going to be traded next off season. That's what I'm thinking. And so Jonathan Kuminga is still with the Warriors. And speaking of the Warriors, they added Al Horford. He used to play for the Boston Celtics. They gave him a multi-year extension. Thanks for the thumbs up. He's going to be with the Warriors. Steph Curry's brother. Now, since this deal has been made with Jonathan Kuminga, are able to move forward. They signed Steve Kerr's brothers. I think his name is Steph Curry. So he's going to also be with the Warriors. This will be his first time playing with his brother. So, the Warriors are prepared for this season. Me personally, I think Jonathan Kuminga, they're going to get a lot out of Jonathan Kuminga because Jonathan Kuminga has a lot of things to prove. He's got a lot of naysayers in the NBA community. There's a reason why it took so long for Jonathan Kuminga to be even thought of as far as a trade. So now he gets to showcase his talent. So Jonathan Kuminga, I know this ain't the best circumstances he wanted to be in. I'm pretty sure the Warriors will echo those same sentiments, but this is what the reality is. He's with the Warriors. So I like what the Warriors did this offseason with Al Horford coming to the team. Steph Curry is coming to the Warriors. They had a fairly decent draft. Most of their players are returning to the Warriors. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how all this plays out. So, they still got Draymond Green. So, I like the pieces, but do I like them enough to say that the Warriors are title contenders? I'm not going to dip my toe that far in the pond. I think they're going to be a very competitive team. But it's still the West is still the Thunder's. Uh, it's still the Thunder's for now and the foreseeable future. But I do like the things that they did this offseason. They did a lot of clever things in the offseason. Um, And yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how all that shakes out. Okay, so that's all I want to talk about with the Jonathan Kuminga thing. It's just a lot of if I tell you guys some other things, what Jonathan Kuminga said, with Steve Kerr, with the org, it's just all powder puff pieces. They're not really telling you what they really feel. They're just giving you guys a lot of fluff. To be perfectly honest with you, Steve Kerr, Jonathan Kuminga, and the Warriors organization, they were hoping for something different than what they got. Okay, so we'll have to, wait and see how all this plays out. But I think they're going to get a great uh, effort out of Jonathan Kuminga, because he's going to have to show and prove this year if he wants a team to be interested in him as far as being traded to. Okay, so moving on, LeBron James was not with the Lakers media day. You know, LeBron James is doing other things on his own. He was at Kai Cenat's live stream. He cut his hair. I thought that was kind of odd. I watched that, and he just doing his own thing. But there is some news concerning LeBron James sports wise. LeBron James came out with several things on his timeline uh that I guess he has a reason why he took the max contract. I guess he's saying that he's broke. I mean, LeBron James broke and my broke or your broke is two different brokes. There's a report out, he's saying there's a report out there, and I guess he's co-signing it, that he's not a billionaire. Okay, which I kind of figured that he's not. I think he's closer to a billion than a lot of people want to give him credit. I do feel like LeBron James takes chances with his money as far as investments go. He still got the sports agency, even though his agent run it. LeBron James owns it. Okay, so they figured out a way to work that around. He also got several projects in Hollywood. He's been doing TV shows. He's been his money's been behind TV shows and movies and things of that nature. So, LeBron James, money is tied up in a lot of other resources. There's been talk, and I've talked about this on this live stream. Hold up, I'm sorry. Uh, what is well, okay. All right. Okay. I got a riddle down there. We'll discuss that riddle a little bit later. I don't know what that means, but I will read it. You put it out there, so I will have to read it, unfortunately. Okay. But let's get back to LeBron James. So yeah, LeBron James is. I think people out there want to quickly say that he's a billionaire, and he's echoing the sentiments what this article says, that LeBron James really isn't a billionaire. But you also have to take into account that there's been some hardships in the entertainment world, and it's affecting everyone, including LeBron James. And everybody's not making the money like they used to make. Now, a lot of people want to blame it on COVID. A lot of people want to blame it on the guy in the White House with the orange hair. Everyone got these theories and conspiracy theories why, it's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting 9 to 5 people like myself and you out there, but it's really affecting these multimillionaires, these billionaires, and things of that nature. Okay, so yeah, LeBron James is not, that article came out, and then there's another article came out that LeBron James is not worried about, you know, not signing an extension. This will be his, LeBron James going to enter the year on this contract and this contract only. And the future is very cloudy with LeBron James returning to the Los Angeles Lakers. I have said countless times, I do not see a scenario where LeBron James is going to extend his future with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not LeBron James didn't do anything wrong. The Los Angeles Lakers haven't done anything wrong. Let's just be completely honest. LeBron James is on the other side of 40. Now he's been taking care of his body. He's there's reports out there he's spent millions upon millions of dollars on his wellness, on his body, and things of that nature. But you're still 40, okay? And not a lot of teams build their franchise. Well, not any team. Well, I don't see any team out there building their franchise around a 40-year-old. When they made the trade for Luka Doncic is their future, and their future don't include LeBron James. Now they're gonna, take care of LeBron James. They're not trying to rush LeBron James out. They're not going to trade LeBron James. But LeBron James is not really part of their future or their immediate plans. If you look at what the Los Angeles Lakers have done ever since they got Luka, they have made deals and done things to provide for Luka more so than LeBron James. So this will be the first time, I'm pretty sure there have been, in LeBron James' career, I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time he's been on a 1-year deal. But at those times, he was younger, he was in his prime, and, there was no one out there with any salt to their reputation they're just going to sit up there and say, oh, well, he could have not played for Cleveland or the Heat or whatever team he was on. But he was in his prime. He was younger. We knew that eventually he was going to sign an extension with those organizations. LeBron James 40. I think he's going to play this contract out, and then he's going to be a free agent. He already stated that he wants to continue to play basketball. Now, at what capacity and at what level, that that's in the future in the cards for LeBron James. I think LeBron James can have a similar career like when you're outside your prime, like what Russell Westbrook has done. We're going to talk about him momentarily. What Carmelo Anthony has done, where they're older, they're not in their prime no more, but they're willing to they want to continue to play basketball. And I'm pretty sure there's tons of ball clubs that will be interested in LeBron James, but LeBron James has to welcome the fact that he's not the big time star no more. He will have to go to an organization that will allow him to be him. And also the organization is going to have to say to themselves, okay, signing LeBron James to a 1-year contract here, yeah, it will put butts in seats, but basketball wise, how is this going to make our team better or worse? And those are things that those organizations can talk among themselves, a year from now. But LeBron James got plenty of clout. Who wouldn't want LeBron James? And yeah, if he goes to another ball club, a lot of people are assuming that the Clippers or the Spurs or the Dallas Mavericks are into LeBron James, but they do not want to take that salary, nor they want to give up so many pieces just to get LeBron James. So I think LeBron James could play another 2, maybe 5 years at this pace. He also has to understand and agree that he's not going to be the star on these teams. He's going to be a role player, unless he goes to a team that has no stars. Not really going anywhere. Now, I've already stated that when we were talking about trades and stuff, and a lot of people assume LeBron James is going to go to the Dallas Mavericks in a trade. I wasn't a big fan of that estimate, but I believe, and I still believe, LeBron James could go to a team like the Charlotte Hornets, a team that's really not going anywhere. They don't have a big time star there. And, like I say, it'll do two things. It will put butts in seats with the Charlotte Hornets, as well as the possibility of them being very competitive. It may draw influence and viewership. People will flock to see Charlotte games and things of that nature. Now, what does this translate as far as talent goes and as far as how far the team's going to go? I think the East is kind of weak. I know it's weak for this year, but I don't want to stretch it as far as are they going to be weak next year? Because, a trade here and there, uh, uh, a, a draft here and there can change the dynamics of a team in the East. So, yeah, I can see LeBron after he's done with this contract with the Lakers, going someplace else. So yeah, that's still in the cards for LeBron James. Now, in other NBA news, Russell Westbrook, he's a free agent. No one's taking any offers for Russell Westbrook, and this will be the first time where Russell Westbrook will not is not signed to a ball club. Every offseason, Russell Westbrook signs a 1-year extension or get traded to a team and he continues to play. But there are no takers for Russell Westbrook. The last team that was interested in Russell Westbrook was the Nuggets, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you look at the teams out there who are interested in Russell Westbrook, Sacramento Kings at one point was interested, kicking the tires around for a Russell Westbrook. But other than that, I haven't heard any other ball clubs. Now there was on the rumor, I was on this Discord server and they was talking about Russell Westbrook possibly going to the Thunder. I don't see that in the cards either, but they was making this big argument that could be his swan song and he can retire, with the Thunder and things of that nature. That sounds cute and all, but I don't see the Thunder interested in Russell Westbrook. Um, I feel like he's going to be sitting out there, and he may not play the first 2 weeks of the regular season, but I do think eventually he's going to land on a team during the NBA season, because y'all got to realize, Russ, there's going to be a team out there that has a injured star or star going to be sidelined for 5 to 6 weeks, and Russell Westbrook, if he's still out there, he still is talented enough to be on a ball club. Who wouldn't want to kick the tires around and see if Russell Westbrook can help their chance, particularly a team that's very competitive and they're like 1-2 players away from possibly going into the postseason. That could be a good fit for Russell Westbrook. But to be perfectly honest with you, Russell Westbrook really don't have too many more years playing in the NBA. And like I say, it would not surprise me none. And I'm going to be the first one to say this. I haven't heard Stephen A. Smith or anyone say this. It would not surprise me if Russell Westbrook is not on a ball club next season, and he might play in Ice Cube's league, the 3-on-3 league. I think that's a perfect addition for Russell Westbrook. His skill set as of now fits perfectly on a 3-on-3 league type of format, or he may go overseas. So those are his options. I think the window is starting to close. It's pretty much shut as far as Russell Westbrook being on a ball club for the NBA. And look, LeBron James is going to have this faith. Who knows? Another veteran basketball player may have this similar faith as well. And it's just too many names in the offseason that teams will be interested in before they even get to Russell Westbrook. So, yeah. So it's an end of an era for Russell Westbrook. Okay. So that's pretty much all the NBA basketball news. If I'm missing something, I guess I'm missing something. And now I want to focus more on away from the basketball for temporarily. You guys know I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm not one of those Dallas Cowboy fans that thinks every year the Dallas Cowboys are going to make it to the playoffs, or every year the Dallas Cowboys increase their odds as far as going to the Super Bowl. I'm a what they call an objective Dallas Cowboy fan. That that thinks logically, that thinks in reality, not all these fantasies and things of that nature. And but like I said, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be relevant anytime soon, and it has more to do with the owner. If Stephen Jones allows someone that could orchestrate the team better as far as signings, as far as the draft and thing, and which they have been doing very good with the draft, but putting the pieces together, you need someone in that organization that can put the pieces together, see who's important, see who's not important, if you want this team to do better. But unfortunately, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, unfortunately, is the president, the owner, the GM, and Jerry Jones is not going to fire himself. Okay. Now Stephen Jones, have made some decent choices, but like I said, you need an NFL offense expertise, particularly in the GM office, that is going to make these decisions. And you also need someone that normally when you get a new GM, he wants a new coach, because he has a coach in mind, and he has a scheme in mind, and he knows what the type of players that particular coach is going to need. So all that's going to fall in place. And Jerry Jones, he should look. Jerry Jones has a resume that's never going to be doubted. He bought that team, and instantly got that team to as a dynasty. They won titles. Jerry Jones can hang his hat on that. Jerry Jones was really big in free agency. He got Deion Sanders and a lot and tons of other players to join the Cowboys. So Jerry Jones can hang his hat on that. But after that dynasty, yeah, Jerry Jones have made this team very competitive. They have been very solid in the draft, but I think Jerry Jones' time has run, and it's time for someone else to take the mantle. Okay, so when the trade was made for Michael Parsons to go to the Packers, and the Dallas Cowboys in return, I believe they got 2 draft picks and a player. And this player, ever since they got this player, he's been an important piece for their defensive line, and it fits what we've been needing, that type of lineman, even when we had Parsons. Okay, we've been looking for that particular talent, and we couldn't find it in the draft or in free agency. Okay, so I think they did very, very good in the draft. You know, um, and they got Michael Parsons up out of there, and he's with the Packers. I think I'm not one of these people that's going to sit up here and say, Jerry Jones gave the Packers a blessing. He single handedly gave the Packers the chance of winning a Super Bowl. And where was all this talk of the Packers winning a Super Bowl even before the draft? I hope people are not thinking, since they got Michael Parsons, that instantly means that they're going to win a Super Bowl title. A lot of things have to happen for that to happen. Okay, you're going to need more than Michael Parsons' playmaking ability, and Michael Parsons is solid. I wish he could have signed a long-term extension with the Dallas Cowboys, but the money that he was wanting was way too much to hammer us and tie us into the salary cap, where we couldn't even add players. And I'm kind of with the organization and Jerry Jones trading Michael Parsons. And I'm happy that the return that we got. And it just goes to show when they played the Packers, they ended up it ended up being a tie. And who knows if we would have had an actual GM there, you know, we could have had enough pieces in the offense where we could have actually won that game. Okay. But like I said, we're tied down to Jerry Jones, and unfortunately, we have to deal with Jerry Jones and what Jerry Jones wants to do with this ball club. We are all handicapped because of that. Okay. So yeah, I kind of figured the Dallas Cowboys were going to be, even with Michael Parsons, I kind of expected this is how the season was going to turn out, even with Michael Parsons. So the Dallas Cowboys have not surprised me none this year. I think there was going to be cellar dwellers in the get-go. I just think they're in a division with, you're not too sure about the Commanders, and you're really not too sure about the Giants, and the Eagles are going to fly high and take that division. But could the Dallas Cowboys be the second team in the NFL East, or the NFL least? Thanks for the thumbs up. That could, maybe be second in the NFL East. And I kind of figured this is where the Dallas Cowboys are going to land, even with Michael Parsons. I was pretty much saying that. So, yeah, nothing has really changed other than we got some draft picks, and we got the defensive lineman that we've been clamoring for the past 2 years. Okay. So we got that. Unfortunately, it came at a cost of Michael Parsons being traded to the Packers. I wish him the best of luck. I just don't believe Michael Parsons is going to be happy there long term. And that's just my opinion. Just got to wait and see how that falls out. Okay. So, and then too, Michael Parsons and Paul George, they have podcasts, and they want to do podcasts. I don't have an issue with athletes wanting to multitask, want to own businesses, or be in some type of industry, want to own a certain piece of the industry, or even podcasts. But when you're that elite, I think you need to concentrate more on how your talent is going to make your team better. Now, for Michael Parsons, I think he has an out because of Jerry Jones. Because Jerry Jones isn't the best. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Who is that? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I can't pronounce that name, but thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all you guys that are thumbing up. And I will get to your comments in later on when I'm done. After this particular segment, we're gonna go into the comment section. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Bells? Bells? I think that's what y'all say, Bells. Okay. So yeah, we have to wait and see how that plays out. Okay. So we're about to wind this down. First and foremost, I want to apologize to the people out there that are subscribed to the channel. I haven't been consistent with the videos and the live streams. And I'll be honest with you guys, there's really not a lot to talk about. Well, things that I'm interested in. This is mainly a basketball channel. I definitely don't want to talk about the Diddy situation, or Cardi and Nicki, that situation. It's not like I'm not interested in it. It's just, or I'm not knowledgeable of it. It's just, to me, you can go to any other channel, and they can talk about that stuff. Okay. Oh, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Bells. I'm doing great. Doing great. But yeah, I didn't want to talk about those topics, and those are the trending topics, particularly on YouTube, where everyone gravitates to. Even with the Damon Dash situation, and 50 Cent and Cameron, I don't want to talk about that stuff. So it's been pretty light on topics that I want to talk about. I want to keep this mainly a sports basketball show. So that's that. That I figured I'd rather not go on than just go on just to be going on and give up these generic topics that I really don't have an interest in. Now, Diddy gonna know his faith later on this morning? I guess 4 or 5 hours from now, he's gonna know if he's going to be a free man or he's gonna have to do that bid. That's things that he has to worry about. I'm not worrying about it. I'm a free man. So I don't care one way or the other. But and the Nicki Minaj and the Cardi thing, that back and forth. I don't want to talk about that. That's just drama. I don't want to talk about that crap. But yeah, so yeah, on the sports side, really not a lot to talk about because media day in the NBA started this week. The offseason was pretty much quiet and dry. The only topic to talk about in the offseason was Jonathan Kuminga. That's the only thing everyone was talking about through the summer. Okay. And I'm not, I like football, but I don't really talk about football topics, even though football season started. I did talk about things that's interested in me on the NFL side because, like you guys know, I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. And I talked about the Parsons trade and the Cowboys, but other than that, I didn't go deep into it. The WNBA, I should be invested in the WNBA topics because the the Indiana Pacers, they were in the playoffs. I don't know if they still are in the playoffs, but next year I need to really focus more on some WNBA topics. I like a few players. I know of a few players in the WNBA, but I'm not familiar with all the other players and the teams and things of that nature. And I just gonna have to watch more WNBA games. I watch some, but I don't watch a lot. I only watch the games that I'm interested in. I watch when Angel Reese is playing and Caitlin Carter, but I don't broaden my horizon with the WNBA. But I'm gonna promise to be more focused on the WNBA because when the NBA offseason is dry, like it was this year, and there's not really nothing to talk about, I could have been talking about the WNBA. And I was thinking about that long and hard, pause. So, yeah, I'm going to start doing more of that, get familiar with the WNBA, and also do NBA. I'm still going to do NBA, and that's pretty much the only two things I want to really talk about in this channel. And everything else is just outside noise to me, okay? Even though I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, I don't really want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys day and night, night and day. Okay. So let's get into these messages, and then we're going to call it a rhapsody. Okay. Y'all get the wordplay? Rap, rhapsody. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm the only one who got that. Okay. So okay, whatever. All right, so I can't pronounce this name. It's QXGULS. Said hi. I said hi back. Bell said hi. I said hi back. Um, Bell's also commented, I have my name as that. I have my name that because I'm a Bone Lab creator. Okay. If you're still here, you have to put some you have to go a little bit deeper in that, okay? Bells, do you love God? And yeah, I like God. I like God. I like all religions. I love people. I love people, Bells. I love people. I love people, and I respect people's religion, and I respect people's beliefs. Okay, so if you like it, I love it. I'm one of them type of people. Okay, Bells, I'm going to leave the stream. Okay, I'm sorry, Bells, you're not here. I do apologize. I did read your comment. Sorry, Bells said sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. You got other things to do. I don't blame you. Holds up. I forgot these two at the top. My fault. Um, I can't pronounce that name, but it's 666. One message got restricted, or maybe he deleted it. I don't know. Or he might had a website or something on there. Yeah, if you try to put links in the comment section, the I got the settings. I got the settings where you can't do that. That's a huge no. Okay, we can't promote links. It might be links to honestly like YouTube videos, or it might be links to someone clicks to it and all their money's been being stolen. Okay, it could be that. But yeah, no, I don't do links. I don't do links. Or it could be an OnlyFans link. I don't know. I just don't want it. I just don't want none of those links on my timeline. Okay, you can promote on your own timeline. Okay, okay. So he also said, what is it called when a Charlemagne? Y'all gotta realize when y'all do these messages, it's real small, and I can't make out what it is. I don't know. Can't change colors. A red. Oh, I got it. Oh man. Okay, that's pretty funny. I know it's a lizard that changes colors around this environment. And for right now, I'm tongue tied. Pause. Because my mouth is real dry. Pause. And I know what the thing is. I have it in my head, but I can't pronounce what the lizard is. But I know exactly. And I got that word play. That was pretty. If you're still in the house, man, that's pretty dope. That's a pretty dope joke. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I had that. Oh shoot. It's a rep. It's a lizard. It changes colors. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce it. Maybe and hey, look, I'm going through the motions, guys. My head is killing me. Pause. I woke up to a massive headache. Pause. And I'm incoherent right now, and yeah. I like that. That was pretty funny, man. That was pretty funny. You're still in the house. That's pretty dope and pretty funny. Okay. So a chameleon. There we go. All right, let me say this joke again. What is it called when a chameleon can't change colors? A rectile a rectile dysfunction. Okay, I got that. That's funny. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I ain't gonna hold you guys. That's funny. How I came up with chameleon, because there was a rapper called Chameleon, and but he mispronounced it a different way, and all I can think of is this song of his. You can catch me riding dirty. Oh, got you riding dirty. You can catch me riding dirty. I say I'm rolling. They hating. Da 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 da. They catch me riding dirty. Come on, catch me riding dirty. That's all I got in my head. My head, pause. I have the weirdest headache, man, and I took medication for it, and it's still acting up. So, yeah, a chameleon. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty funny. All right. So, yeah, I'm about to roll up out of here like chameleonaire. They catch me rolling, they hating. I'm about to get up out of here. Really do appreciate everyone that came by. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent with the live streams. But yeah, I really do appreciate y'all coming, guys. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Unfortunately, there's really not a lot to talk about. I think the Dreamers Pro podcast, telling you how dry it is. He's still doing topics on Molly Quinn when she is she's not going to return to ESPN. And now he's doing topics on Malika Anderson. I know everyone, she's not my cup of tea, but I can stomach her a little bit more than Molly. Okay. So it's not a big deal to me. But yeah, he's, know, regurgitating these topics and just, creating topics and things of that nature. I get it, but I'm up out of here, guys. Let me see if anybody else done. Nope, everyone done. I done read everyone's comment. So I guess I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thanks for everyone that hit the like button. Um, Thanks for everyone that subscribed. Thanks for everyone that have shared this with their friends, family, as well as your followers. It's your boy, the host with the most. I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys when something decent come. Hopefully next week, some other things, some important things come out. I'm not doing no Diddy guilty or not guilty live streams. You can go somewhere else and check that out. And I'm pretty sure Nicki and Cardi is still tweeting even as of right now. Okay. But yeah, I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.